Hello everyone and welcome back to Bambi's Favorite Things. Today I will be making protein oatmeal. I came up with this recipe 4 years ago after I had a surgery that involved my intestines and my colon. It was really important for my body to get extra glycine. Glycine is very healing for your intestines and your colon. It calms down inflammation. It's just really good for you. It's good for your gut. And I needed to come up with a recipe. So I'm going to do this today. I'm going to show you everything that I put in mine. But I do that by putting grass-fed gelatin powder in there. And I'm going to do it a little different today. I'm going to go use one hand to show you what I'm doing over the pot, but you'll be able to hear my voice. So hopefully this will all be put together pretty well. Okay, here we go. Okay, everyone. The first thing I do is I put a little bit of sea salt in the water. Then I put raisins, and I happen to like the really big green, or what are they, green? These are kind of green and yellow. Golden, I think they're called, golden raisins. And I leave them in there for a couple of minutes. But for the purposes of this video, to get through this so I can show you the whole thing, I'm just going to go on to the next part. But normally I'll let those raisins cook for a minute or two. Next, I put in, okay, so there's 2 cups of water in here to 1 cup of oats. And I use glyphosate-free oats because I don't want to have to be eating any glyphosate. And most all the oats on the market have glyphosate. So I'll show you which one I use, and I'll also put that in the recipe when I post that. But okay, so right now we have the salt, the water, the raisins, and the oats. Next, I put about a tablespoon of the grass-fed powder, and I stir that up, and it won't thicken as long as it's hot here on the stove. Then I put a little bit of nutritional yeast in here. And I do that because I happen to like the savory sweet flavor. Well, you'll see as soon as I put everything in there what I'm talking about. I also put, I always put chia in my oatmeal. Now I always keep a little jar of chia that's already been soaked in water because you never want to put dry chia into anything. It could be very damaging for your intestines because they absorb 10 times their weight. Once they're into the body, you don't want to do that. So always put chia that's already been soaked in your body. When I make chia pudding, I do it with almond milk, and I soak them overnight. Okay, did we get everything? We got the nutritional yeast, we got the chia, we got the oats, we've got the raisins, we got everything. Okay, now I forgot to pull that out. I get cinnamon, and I use Ceylon cinnamon. You sprinkle some of that in there. That's really good for you. That's really good for your gut. And mix that in. Okay, now, when I make this for myself, I stand over the stove and I cook this for 10 minutes. Then, after it's cooked for 10 minutes, I put the lid on and I turn the heat off and let it sit for another 10 or 15 minutes. But I'm not going to do that for the purpose of the video. I'm going to continue cooking this and then put the lid on, and then 15 minutes, come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, everyone. Here's how I'm hoping you can see that. If not, I'm going to take a picture and I'll have it at the end of the video. This is what it looks like when it's done, when it's fully cooked. What I do, I'm hoping you can see this, is I put a little bit of liquid stevia This is how I do mine. You could do whatever you want. You could put honey, you could put maple syrup. I'm just very mindful what I put in my body, because I've lived through some horrible pain, and there's a lot of people suffering right now with gut issues. And you know, I haven't eaten fast food in 10 years. Well, actually closer to 20 years. And I love it. Who doesn't love fast food? Who doesn't like a really good French fry? But nothing could taste as good as healthy feels. Seriously. I'm 65. Sorry, I keep covering up my mic. I'm 65. I don't take any medication. I'm just very, very mindful what I put inside my body. And because I don't ever want to have that kind of pain again. And so I'm just very, very mindful. And okay, so there's my oats. I put a little bit, and it's grass-fed butter. I get this from Costco. It's grass-fed butter on my oatmeal. And then I don't know if you can see this. It's a little thing of nuts that I always have on my counter. It's the nuts that I can eat. It's walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and almonds. Almonds that don't have the skin on the outside, because those have lectins, and lectins are super bad for your gut. But sometimes I'm in the mood for one nut. But this morning I'm just going to put a few different kind of nuts. This is really good. It's really good. It tastes really yummy. It's good for you. I suppose if you were making this for kids, it would taste a lot better if you were if you put some maple syrup or honey, real honey, on here. But think about it. You've got the oats that have the beta gluten. You've got the chia seeds that have all the omegas that you need, nuts, the raisins, and that nutritional yeast gives it that savory. So then you get the sweet from the raisins, a little bit of the sweetness from the stevia or whatever sweetener you want to use. It's really, really yummy. And it's so good. It's really so good. And it's good for you. And you'll feel full for hours. If you try this recipe, if you make it and you like it, please like it on the page and maybe even add a comment so somebody else watching the video can see that it tastes good. It tastes really yummy. I would appreciate that, and I'm sure they would too. Okay, you know how this goes. If you see a need, do the deed. Bye for now.